The skyline of Lekki shimmered in the morning sun like it had something to prove. Glass buildings stood tall like they belonged in New York. But inside one of those luxury apartments, a woman sat on a velvet couch with bare feet and a glass of pineapple juice, smiling like the world was her playground. Her name was Tari Brooks, and she had built an empire from nothing. At least that's what she told the internet. Her page on Instagram, @TariTheBroker, was a visual buffet of wealth. Smooth videos of her in a black Range Rover, talking about prime land in Lekki, or slow-motion shots of her walking through a half-finished building site while saying things like, "We don't wait for land to appreciate. We buy and then double the value." Thousands of followers, millions of views. People reposted her reels with hashtags like #SoftLife, #LandladyGoals, #RealEstateGoddess. But what no one knew, not even her closest fans, was that Briggs Luxe Properties did not exist on paper. The only thing real about her brand was her voice. And that voice could sell sand to a man drowning in water. "Kobe, we need better drone footage of the ape site. The last one was too pixelated." Tari said that into her phone while fixing her lashes in the mirror. She was preparing for a fake investor call. On the other end of the line, Kobe West, her business partner and the ghost behind the ghost business, chuckled. "Relax, babe. I'll stitch some new visuals tonight. I just downloaded stock clips of waterfront land in Ghana. Nobody will know." Tari smiled to herself. They had been running this hustle for over 2 years. It started with fake land titles, fake receipts, and a few wealthy men who were too distracted by her lips to read contracts properly. Now they had bank accounts in 5 names, 3 different company logos, and a pipeline of clients who believed she had access to land in Lekki, Ape, Iki, even Banana Island. She leaned against the glass window of her high-rise apartment and looked down at the street. Lagos looked like ants chasing chaos. "They all want to own something," she whispered. "So I sell them dreams." That afternoon she dressed in a silk blouse and high-waist trousers, took a few selfies in her home office, then posted one with the caption, "New investment loading. My Lekki clients are about to smile. DM for slot." The comments came pouring in. @IamandOwa, Boss Lady Fire I Day Learn from You. @Chief_Guabs, when will Banana Island open up? @Aidandoop, teach me now I'm tired of broke men weary face. Tari sipped her wine. Another day, another illusion. But later that evening, something happened she didn't plan for. She met Dayo Adams. It started like this. There was an art pop-up at Broad Street Art Market. Tari only went there because she needed fresh content. Something softer, more artistic. She wore a sleeveless cream dress, soft curls falling over her shoulders, camera ready. She didn't expect to be noticed by anyone that wasn't holding a ring light. But then someone said, "You've taken 5 selfies with that painting. Are you actually a fan? Or is it for your real estate lifestyle archive?" She turned sharply. And standing there was a man, tall, brown-skinned, simple polo shirt, not a designer name in sight. His voice was warm, teasing. His smile was honest, like he'd never told a lie in his life. She blinked. "Excuse me." He grinned. "Just messing with you. But you've been standing there a while." She raised her chin slightly. "It's called content. I like to document beauty when I see it." He offered his hand. "I'm Dayo." She shook it slowly. "Tari. Tari the broker, right?" he asked. Her stomach flipped. "You follow me?" He smiled. "I do. You make land investment sound like magic. And you look like someone who doesn't wait for opportunity, you build it." She laughed. A real one, not her rehearsed PR giggle. Maybe it was his tone. Maybe it was the fact that he hadn't asked her for land. They got coffee afterward. Then exchanged numbers. By nightfall they were already texting. The next few weeks moved fast. Tari found herself laughing more. She wasn't posting as much. Dayo didn't care about her clothes, her car, or the curated online version of her life. He asked questions like, "What makes you feel at peace? What scares you about slowing down? Would you still do what you do if no one was watching?" She never gave full answers. But something inside her shifted. One evening he said, "You could build something real, you know. You're smart. You could run an actual property firm. No gimmicks." Tari looked away. "It's not that simple." "Why not?" "Because fake is faster." He stared at her, silent. Then he said, "One day you'll wake up and realize you're living in a house made of cards. And when it falls, it'll bury your name first." But there was something Tari didn't know. Dayo was not just a nice guy with deep thoughts and almond eyes. His father had lost 12 million naira in a land deal 4 years ago. He paid for 4 plots in Ape, thinking it was the family's ticket to wealth. But the documents were fake. The office was fake. The broker's voice was soft and sweet, and unforgettable. His father never recovered. He fell into depression. Their family business collapsed. Dayo vowed he would someday find the scammer who ruined them. He never expected that scammer to wear heels, silk blouses and smile like heaven had kissed her forehead. But that truth wasn't coming out today. Today Tari was still in love with a lie. And tomorrow Dayo would find out who she really was. The rains came suddenly that morning in Lekki, hammering rooftops with the kind of Lagos energy that didn't ask for permission. But inside Tari's apartment it was silent, except for the soft clicks of her acrylic nails tapping on a keyboard. She wasn't working on contracts or invoices. She was typing how to register a real estate firm legally in Nigeria. She paused, then deleted the search. What was she doing? Was she really thinking about giving up Briggs Lux Properties? A name that never truly existed except on Instagram bios, fake letterheads, and the mouths of desperate men who believed anything she told them? Kobe would laugh if he saw her now. And he did. Because at that moment he called. My queen of Lagos concrete dreams, what's up? Tari sighed. I was just about to call you. You better not say anything stupid like you're having second thoughts. I'm serious, Kobe. I think I want to start something real. There was a long pause. Then laughter. Ugly and sharp. Tari, I beg. Real money doesn't come from real work. You want to start from scratch? When we've got 3 clients begging to pay for non-existent plots in Ikoyi. She didn't reply. Tari, Kobe said, his tone shifting. We don't stop now. Not when Chief Daniels just sent in another 5 mil. She ran a hand through her curls and looked out the rain-washed window. Yeah, she muttered. You're right. But she didn't feel right. Not anymore. Later that day Dayo picked her up for lunch. He had this annoying habit of taking her to non-fancy places. No rooftop lounges, no champagne bars. This time it was a food joint in Surulere, where the menu was handwritten in marker and the umla was so hot it burned her tongue. But she laughed through it. Are you trying to de-influence me? She teased. No, he said. Just trying to show you the part of Lagos where Instagram filters don't work. She liked that about him, how he made her feel seen without performing. And for the first time she didn't want to lie. But the truth, it was like a stone in her mouth. Dayo talked about how his father used to run a furniture business. Until a bad investment messed us up, he said quietly. What kind of investment? She asked, sipping cold water. Land, he replied. 4 plots in Ape. He trusted someone who smiled too much. Her grip on the cup tightened. I'm sorry, she whispered. Dayo looked at her. Yeah. Me too. That night Tari couldn't sleep. She tossed in bed, replaying his words in her mind. Her phone buzzed with alerts. New DMs, client messages, voice notes from Chief Daniels, asking for updates on his beachfront plots. She ignored them. Instead she opened her gallery. Watched her own videos again. Welcome to Briggs Lux, where we help you invest like royalty. She looked beautiful, powerful, untouchable. But it all felt like dust now. She picked up her phone and called Kobe. Kobe, let's pause for a bit. You day craze, he barked. Chief Daniels just asked for a site visit next week. We need to stage a fence, hire some extras, maybe even rent a bulldozer for background noise. She covered her eyes. I'm not doing that anymore. Tari, don't make this about that Dayo guy. This is business. You think he'll love you when you're broke. She hung up. The next day she met Dayo for dinner. Her eyes were tired, her voice flat. I need to tell you something, she began. But he cut in. Funny. I was going to say the same. She blinked. I found something, Dayo said, pulling out his phone. A voice note. From my dad's old device. He recorded a conversation with the woman who sold him those plots in Ape. Tari froze. Her throat dried up. Her heart stopped. He played the clip. I assure you, sir. If you invest now you'll get triple returns. These plots are going fast. Briggs Lux clients always win. It was her voice. Word for word. Unmistakable. She wanted to vomit. When the voice note ended, Dayo's eyes didn't blink. It's you, Tari, he said. Isn't it? The silence between them was thick enough to choke on. Tari's lips parted but no sound came out. Her brain screamed for a clever excuse, a backup lie, a soft denial, but nothing came. She just sat there, exposed like a shadow under floodlight. Across the table Dayo Adams didn't blink. Say something, he said. Her voice cracked. I didn't know. You didn't know you ruined my father? He asked. Tari dropped her gaze. I didn't know he was your father. Would it have changed anything if you did? She bit her lip. Yes. He exhaled sharply and leaned back, folding his arms. I looked into your brand. There's no record of Briggs Lux Properties with CAC. No office, no staff, just an Instagram page, some logos and a Paystack account linked to a name that's not even yours. Tari swallowed hard. You've been investigating me. No, he said coldly. I've been investigating whoever destroyed my family. And then I fell in love with her. Those words hit her harder than a slap. She reached for his hand but he pulled away. I can explain. No, he snapped. You can justify. That's what scammers do. They dress up deception as ambition and sell it to the world. Tari's voice trembled. I didn't scam everyone. Some of those lands exist. Some. And the rest. He broke. Tears spilled over. I was broke. Hungry. Nobody cared. One man offered to invest because he liked my voice. Then another. I told myself I'd pay them back someday. I never thought it would go this far. But it did, Dayo said. And now you wear the blood of their trust like designer perfume. He stood. I can't do this. I can't love someone who made my father feel like a fool. She stood too. Dayo, please. He turned away. Don't. And just like that he left her there in a quiet restaurant in Yaba, drowning in shame. Tari went home that night and tore everything down. The vision board. The framed logo of Briggs Lux. The drawer full of wigs and fake documents. The laptop where all her invoices lived. She sat on the floor, knees to her chest, and cried into silence. Her phone buzzed constantly, voice notes from Chief Daniels, Mr. Bello and others. All demanding updates, land documents or refunds. She didn't open any of them. Instead she texted Kobe West. We're finished. I'm out. I'm done with this life. The typing dots appeared. Then stopped. No reply. The next morning, everything got worse. A video surfaced online. Tari, wearing a red blazer, standing in front of a fake construction site, speaking passionately about a new estate in Ikoyi. It had over 90,000 views in 5 hours. Caption, beware of this woman. She scammed my uncle of N12M. Fake real estate queen. By noon it had reached the blogs. At Nijahat, exposed. Lagos slay queen running real estate scam. At Gist Fever, fake estate alert. Tari Brooks accused of multiple frauds. In the comment section it was war. At Ghost Hunter 001. I've seen this babe at lounges pretending to be Seal loudly crying face with tears of joy. At Truth is Sweet. She nearly got my cousin too. Asked for 8 mil up front. At Madame Instagram will show you heaven but sell you hell. Tari stared at her screen in horror. Her name was everywhere. Her brand, her image, was being dismembered in real time. She locked her phone. By evening she heard shouting from downstairs. She peeped through her window. It was Mama Rose, the loud woman who sold plantain chips by the estate gate. CM. I talk him before. Fake life. Everyday different wig but no work address. Slay Queen Day collect people land money. God don catch em. A small crowd had gathered. Her neighbors stared up at her window whispering. Tari sank to the floor shaking. He called Kobe again. Switched off. Switched off. She sent a message. Kobe please. They're coming for me. We need to talk. Still nothing. Then finally, a text came through. Delete my number. You're on your own. It was like cold water down her back. Kobe, the only person who knew all the secrets, had vanished. With the money. With the evidence. With the truth. She had no one. 2 days passed. Tari stopped eating. She stopped checking Instagram. Her face grew hollow. She tried calling Dayo but he blocked her. Her best friend Chika came over and begged her to speak to fight back. But she just sat, unblinking, holding her phone like a dead thing. Then came the knock. Not from a neighbor. From EFE. Miss Tari Brooks? She opened the door slowly. 3 men in black jackets. One held a file. Another carried a tablet. The third simply stared at her like he already knew what her tears tasted like. We have questions about your property company. You'll need to come with us. Her knees buckled. She didn't faint, but her breath shortened, her chest tightened, and for the first time in her life no words came out of her mouth. The EFCC office in Ikoyi was colder than it looked. Not in temperature but in truth. Tari sat on a metal chair, her hands folded on her lap. No wig. No lashes. Just a pale scarf and a plain black hoodie. She looked like a version of herself the world had never seen. Across from her, an officer flipped through documents and screenshots. Instagram posts, voice notes, payment receipts, even clips from her live videos where she sold non-existent plots to non-existent people. Miss Tari Brooks, he began, you're facing allegations of real estate fraud from multiple individuals, amounting to over 50 million naira. She nodded slowly. I know. You operated without a registered company, no licensed agents and no legal land ownership. I know, she whispered. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Tari raised her eyes. No excuses. I was wrong. I'll return what I can. I'll tell you everything. I want to fix it. There was a long pause. The officer glanced at her, surprised. Most people begged, lied, shifted blame. But she was empty. In the following weeks, everything she had built collapsed, but this time she let it. Willingly. She handed over her fake documents. She exposed the web of ghost names and dummy accounts. She gave them Kobe West's real identity, former SIM cards, and even voice notes from their planning sessions. In return for her full cooperation, the EFCC let her walk free, with a warning, a written agreement, and one condition. She must repay as many victims as possible. Tari did the unthinkable. She sold her car, her designer shoes, her gold-plated wristwatch, even the fake pearls Chief Daniels once gifted her. Everything went, piece by piece. She moved out of Lekki and rented a small self-contained apartment in Yaba. The walls were bare. No artwork. No mirrors. Just a bed and a desk. There she began again. She called it Brooks Realty. No lux. No illusions. Just honest, low-budget property sourcing. She'd walk from house to house, take photos of rent-to-let spaces and post them online without her face. No filters. No soft voiceovers. The same Instagram that once fed her lies, now carried her truth. And slowly, painfully, people started to trust her. One evening, while sorting rental listings in her inbox, she heard a knock on the door. It was Chika, her ride-or-die best friend, holding a bag of jollof rice and a bottle of malt. "You look thinner," Chika said, stepping inside. Tari shrugged. "Thin is cheaper to feed." They laughed. It was the first time in weeks. "I still can't believe you did all this," Chika said. "Most girls would have run. Or kept lying." Tari leaned back. "I was tired, tired of looking rich and feeling empty." Chika handed her the food. "So you and Dayo." Tari sighed. "He blocked me. And honestly, I don't blame him." A week later, a message popped up on her phone. Dayo Adams. She stared at the name for 5 minutes before opening it. "Hi. Can we talk?" Her hands shook. She replied, "Yes. I'm in Yaba now. Brooks Realty." He came the next afternoon. When she opened the door, he stood there. No smile, no anger. "Dayo." Her breath caught. "You look different," he said softly. Tari stepped aside. "So do you." He walked in and looked around the small room. No luxury. No champagne. No make-believe. Just her. And this time it was enough. "I saw what you did," he said. "Returning the money. Operating. Starting this." He gestured to the laminated listing sheet on her table. "This real business." She nodded. "It's not much, but it's mine. For real this time." He looked at her for a long time. "You lied to me. But you didn't run. That matters." Tears welled up in her eyes. "I'm sorry, Dayo. Not just for what I did to your father, but for making you believe in someone who didn't exist." He sighed. "I believed in the real you. The one who laughed when the umla burned her tongue. The one who stopped lying to herself even when it cost everything." Silence. Then he asked, "What do you want now?" She didn't blink. "Peace. Purpose. And maybe, someday, forgiveness." He nodded. Then held out his hand. Not as a lover. Not as a savior. But as someone who understood that redemption doesn't always come with roses. Weeks passed. Brooks Realty grew. Slowly, honestly. Clients came. Word spread. One day Tari posted again. A simple photo of her standing beside a house for rent. No makeup. No edits. Caption read, "I used to sell castles in the air. Now I help people find homes." The comments weren't thousands. But they were real. And for once, so was she.